Hello, friends, and welcome to One Saturday Morning for April 30th, 2016. I'm Darrell Dukes. Kicking off one Saturday morning is the race for 270 as Donald Trump had a clean sweep over the Super Tuesday 3 primaries. Clinton was going for an attempt to have a clean sweep, but unfortunately that was derailed by the one state Bernie Sanders won, which was Rhode Island. Now, we would show you the clips of the victory speeches, but we were unable to get them by the time of this taping of one Saturday morning. But we can tell you the delegate counts. So remember, we're getting close to the end here, and we're going to do something that probably none of the networks are going to do. But you can mark this down in the history book as of today, April 30th, 2016. We here at the News Now Nation, and me being this managing editor and founder, we are going to call the Democratic nomination for Hillary Clinton. This is why. Clinton has 2,165 votes, way more than Bernie Sanders, which he has 1,357. There is no way mathematically possible that Bernie Sanders will be getting the number needed to have his party nomination for the Democrats, even though he's a registered independent. We are calling this the Democratic nomination for Hillary Clinton on the basis of Clinton is just a few hundred delegates away from the nomination, and the fact that the Democrats doesn't have any winner-take-all states. If you remember in the past, I explained the difference between winner-take-all and proportional. Winner-take-all, basically, you don't have to get a certain percentage, you just gotta win the state, you win all the delegates. Proportional is if you get a certain amount of percentage, you get a percentage of the delegates, and the rest will be one to you out of every time or split amongst who's ever running with you. So based on that, we are here at News Nation calling the Hillary Clinton the official nominee, due, like I said, to reiterate, due to the fact that she is a couple hundred delegates away from the designated number of 2383. So that's why she is, in our eyes, the official nominee for the Democrats. Now, for the Republicans, it may come down to contested convention, so we're not going to make the call for their official nominee yet. And just to go over the delegate counts on the Republicans, Trump has 987, Ted Cruz has 562, and John Kasich has 153. Now, over the weekend, sticking with race for 270, over this past week rather, Ted Cruz had a major announcement, and that major announcement was that he has named a vice president to run with him on the ticket. Now, no, the party has not officially nominated him as the official party nominee, because this thing just might come down to a contested convention. And the person that he named as his vice president running mate is no other than former HP, Herbert Packard, CEO Carly Fiorina. If you remember her, she did good in the early part of this election cycle, but bowed out a few months ago when there was, if I'm not mistaken, 15 or 16 Republican presidential candidates. Now, here's a clip from ABC News basically summarizing part of this announcement and some of Fiorina's speech. Take a look.
When you run for president, one of the most solemn choices you make is the choice of selecting a vice presidential candidate. This is a choice that you are telling the American people, this is an individual who I trust. And even more importantly, this is an individual you can trust to lead this country no matter what might happen. After a great deal of time and thought, after a great deal of consideration and prayer, I have come to the conclusion that if I am nominated to be President of the United States, that I will run on a ticket with my vice presidential nominee, Carly Fiorina. She started working as a secretary at a small firm, and she climbed the corporate ladder to become the CEO of the largest technology company in the world. And with that, I am pleased to introduce to you an extraordinary leader, my friend, and the next Vice President of the United States, Carly Fiorina.
Today, I'm very proud and very humbled and honored to announce that I have accepted Senator Ted Cruz's offer to be his vice president for the Republican nomination. My fellow Americans, people of Indiana, it is time. We must take our country back. This is the fight of our time. And I believe Ted Cruz is the man to lead that fight. And I am prepared to stand by his side and give this everything I have to restore the soul of our party, to defeat Donald Trump, to defeat Hillary Clinton, and to take our country back.
Moving on one Saturday morning, we're going to bring you up to date on the unfortunate timing of Prince. Now, note there's been some new developments as of this taping that we're going to bring to you. Now, note there was a private memorial service held for the Purple Rain singer. TMZ is reported that Prince, died while Annie well. Now, note, according to Minnesota state law, Prince's closest living relative will get the estate. Now, his estate is valued over at $250 million, and we should have the autopsy results in a couple of weeks. Now, note the big deal that TMZ has been making of is that there was a search warrant issued for Prince's estate to make sure that Prince didn't die of anything, and there was this one drug in particular that they was bringing up, which is the most abused prescription drug. This is Percocet, if I'm not mistaken. And we have a clip, which I forgot. Oh, there we go. We have a clip, courtesy of Duffy Napa Valley Rehab, explain to you what is Percocet and the side effects that it may have. Take a look.
In 1974, the FDA approved the production of Percocet. Since then, Percocet has become one of the most prescribed painkillers, and consequently one of the most abused in the nation. While Percocet numbs pain by mimicking your body's natural endorphins, it's also extremely addictive because it contains the opioid, oxycodone. Unfortunately, the longer you take Percocet, the less endorphins your body produces naturally. This is why you feel so depressed when you quit using. You end up needing more pills just to feel normal. Although Percocet creates a feeling of drowsiness, relief from pain, relaxation, sedation, lowered inhibitions, and euphoria, users may experience side effects. Although there are a number of different dosages available, the most common Percocet pill contains 1 part oxycodone to 65 parts acetaminophen. While oxycodone keeps you hooked on the drug, it is the acetaminophen that causes the most permanent damage. Long-term exposure to acetaminophen can cause liver failure and death. Another deadly result comes from mixing Percocet with alcohol. While this intensifies the euphoric effects of both drugs, this practice comes with a dangerous price. Percocet abuse and addiction does not disappear on its own. Because withdrawing from an opioid like Percocet is extremely painful, it is not recommended that you detox on your own.
Alright, back here on one Saturday morning. Again, I'm Darrell Dukes, and the final story that we're going to leave you with today is the drama that's going on at ABC, particularly the morning show live with Kelly and Michael. Now, look, if you haven't been following this for the last couple of days, let me bring you up to speed. It was announced by ABC that Michael Strahan will be assuming a full-time role at the Morning Network's cast count, Good Morning America, thus leaving live with Kelly Ripa. Now, Kelly Ripa was told about this a couple minutes after the show would air. One show aired, and she basically went on hiatus for a couple of days, came back on Tuesday, and gave this wonderful and powerful speech that you're going to see in a few moments. Now, again, this is the other clip that I'm going to show you. It's basically Ripley's, we're just going to show you, but just to get back to my point here, we're going to first show you the clip of her speech, of what she said about this whole situation. Then afterwards, after that, we're going to show you what she also said, courtesy of Entertainment Tonight, on basically contract negotiations, since her contract negotiation is going, her contract is going to be coming up soon for renegotiation. And afterwards, we'll just come on right back here. So take a look, and we'll see you on the other side.
Guys, our long national nightmare is over. Please, sit down, please, be seated. Look, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm fairly certain that there are trained professional snipers with tranquilizer darts in case I drift too far off message. Okay. I first want to honestly, sincerely thank you for welcoming me back to this show. The love, the show of support through this bizarre time has been really overwhelming. I needed a couple of days to gather my thoughts. After 26 years with this company, I earned the right. And let's be honest, I know half of you called in sick to be here, so we get each other. In that time, I gained some perspective. I always speak from the heart. I didn't want to come out here and just say something I might regret. So what transpired, though, over the course of a few days has been extraordinary in the sense that it started a much greater conversation about communication and consideration, and most importantly, respect in the workplace. And since we're being honest, I don't consider this just a workplace. This is my second home. This is a place that I've devoted myself to, not just because of you, our loyal viewers, but because of all of the producers and the crew who work on this show. We have an incredible team. We are incredibly devoted to one another. We are family. Apologies have been made, and the best thing to come out of all of this, you guys, is that our parent company has assured me that live is a priority. Guys, calm down. They didn't say anything about Christmas bonuses. Just calm. But there is a commitment to this show, and that the people that work here, and most importantly, to you, the viewers who have watched us every day for 30 years. I am thrilled for Michael. I am thrilled for you. This is a tremendous opportunity, and I couldn't be, and we couldn't be prouder of you and everything we accomplished together. So back to the show. This is entertainment. It's supposed to be entertaining. So let's get back to what we do best and start the show. Oh, wait. Incidentally, I just want to say one thing. My dad, who was a bus driver for 30 years, thinks we're all crazy. Okay? And I think he's right. I think he's right. Yeah, so let's get back into it. I got it. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm so happy you're back.
Oh, thank you.
And one thing I know about you is you love this show, you love the fans, you love the staff. I love you, and I'm so happy you're here because you brought me here with Gelman, and this show it's been transforming for me. And I know this show lives on because you are the queen of morning television.
Oh my God.
And it will continue to go.
How dare you?
And I'm right down the
How
street.
dare you? How dare you?
You need me, I'm coming back to help out. So that's it. And this is entertainment. So with that being said, let's go on with the show, everybody.
Oprah's the real queen.
Oprah's the real
Oprah's the real queen. How dare you? Oh, yeah.
Oprah's retired now.
Kelly Ripa brings up contract negotiations on Live, but in the weirdest way.
This is called a screaming hairy armadillo.
A screaming hairy armadillo.
A predator comes along, and he just scares it away with his scream.
I want to take him into contract negotiations with me.
He always gets his way with a predator.
That animal segment came on Kelly's third day back on the show. She returned to Live Tuesday after taking some time off to process the news that Michael Strahan is leaving the talker. A source close to Live tells ET Kelly and Michael are, quote, playing it nicely together. Still, Michael is leaving the show earlier than expected in just 2 weeks. He was originally expected to stay on until September. And as of right now, a source tells ET Live is not planning a big send-off for the former NFL star.
Alrighty, and just to bring you up to date on the whole Kelly Ripa situation, originally Michael Strahan was supposed to leave at the end of summer. However, on sometime next month, Strahan is going to be leaving, and according to what insiders are saying from Live, that it will not be a big send-off to Mr. Strahan since, again, this ended up badly in the public view, but it was handled differently than what had happened over in the NBC when Ann Curry got let go from the Today Show, and it was a public brouhaha, which as a result led to Good Morning America being the #1 news program in the mornings. That's beating the Today Show's 16-year streak of being #1 in the mornings. So that's going on with that. So that's it for the. One more thing. In the coming months, we have a couple specials coming up for you guys, starting off with if I'm not mistaken, I don't have my notes on me, but we would do a show dedicated to Prince, a special report about Prince entitled The Purple Man. Then we'll have On Location, which you remember On Location is basically our somewhat non-traditional programming done with music and entertainment, all that nature. There will be 4 different On Location shows. One done with the Night of Joy, which is here in Orlando, and the other one is Rock the Universe, which is also here in Orlando. So we'll do 2 separate shows for both, for Night of Joy and Rock the Universe. And we'll do the same thing that we did with Outcome Miami, giving you the background on the artists who are performing so that you guys will be well informed of them. And also at the end of this year, we're going to do a special edition of One Saturday Morning entitled the One Saturday Morning Year Review, which is on Saturday, December 31st, the end of this year, which, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time that in the News and Nation's history that we get to do One Saturday Morning Year Review on a Saturday, which is the last Saturday of this year. So just look out for those in the coming months, as well as a special report about Al Jazeera America that we're going to do. So just be on the lookout for those in the next couple of months. And this has been your One Saturday Morning for April 30th, 2016. I'm Darrell Dukes, and until we meet again, friends, stay gold, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye for now.